What is up, the world of StreamYard and YouTube? It's Pastor Bob. Welcome to tonight's auction. How's that for an introduction? Welcome to the world sports of coin collecting. First up, the display. Oh my God, am I losing it? What's up, everybody? Wanted to post this coin display that both Robinson Prospecting out of Hoosier Land and myself have collaborated to make. Takes quite a long time to make one of these, believe it or not. So I hope some people come out, and I got 9 of them. I got different colors. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys what was made. They're $12 each. Cost probably about $5 or so to send one out. Shipping, right around that. Thought you guys would like some. Actually, it was really Robinson Prospecting's idea. I came up, was telling him, hey, that would be kind of a cool idea to do something like that. And so this is what it is. I just wanted to show you guys. All right, let's go back to the regular camera. So, I want to show something. Some people were saying, was he a real pastor? Can he really officiate weddings? Or is this just a smoke show? I was like, oh my God. So, yes, I'm a real pastor. Yes, I'm a real minister. Yes, I've been in it over 20 years. I'll show you something. So, everybody's been hearing about Partridge Family Prospecting. And him and Megan, his bride to be, are going to get married. Well, I'm going to be the officiating force. In other words, I'm going to marry them. And when you do weddings outside of your state, some states require hey, what's up, Dove? Some states require you to have an out-of-state license to officiate a wedding. And this one's really kind of a really not just special because, he's a friend of mine, but it's special because he's from New Hampshire getting married in Massachusetts. And I'm from Rhode Island, and I'm going to Massachusetts to marry him. So you got to have, before it could ever become legal, you got to have one of these pieces of paper from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one, but you got to have this. If you don't have it, it ain't valid. So it's not just having the marriage license itself. You also have to have permission from the state as an outside clergyman, or even if you're a judge, you have to have that piece of paper if you're not registered with the state of Massachusetts. Now, I could go through whatever I needed to be able to officiate, just like every state. Some states doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, where you live, just as long as you own a ministry license or possess a ministry license. But some states, they require a little more effort to make it legal. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Not that it's a big thrilling thing to some people, but I wanted you to see that. There is a process sometimes. So it's not just go there, marry them, and that's it. That's not how it's done. There's a lot of legal things that have to take place. Now, if it was in my own state, then I wouldn't need to because they'd already know that I was a minister. But any state, even if you live in the state, um, they can call you up or they can ask you, where you hold your ministry license, right? Because you have to be an ordained minister in order to marry anybody. So I just thought I'd show you all that. A little education, right? So anyway, I got a lot of things coming on tonight. I'm on a little bit early. We start at 7 o'clock. I know there probably won't be a whole lot of people, but permission to purchase a license so that the state acknowledges what God has already blessed. Well, I mean, I don't think anybody really needs it, but I think the proficiency comes with the license. I mean, you can get a license from anywhere. I mean, but the problem with that is when you officiate, right? When you are going through, like, even baptisms, right? If you don't know how to do them, it kind of makes you look stupid. Now, I'm not saying there is a right way of doing it and a wrong way of doing it, but there is a godly way of doing it, and there is a big difference. Hey, what's up, Robinson? So when you officiate, you should know about your craft, right? So if you're a metal worker, you should study meteorology, right? You should know about metals, not just go into it and say you know about metals and you're a metalsmith. So what I'm saying is there's a lot of ministers out there. They're ordained ministers, and they're legal. But do they know and have the years of experience of being in different churches and studying history in the Bible and knowing people? There's a lot more that goes on with being a pastor or a minister than a piece of paper. It isn't the piece of paper that makes the man, it's the man that makes the piece of paper, or the woman that makes the piece of paper. And that's what I truly believe. So you can have 5 million ministers, but out of 5 million, you might have 500 that are really, understand their craft. Most of them just got it because, they didn't want to fall under somebody else, or they thought it was cool, or it was easy to get, or whatever. Hey, and that's on them. Absolutely. If that's what they want to do, and matter of fact, I'll tell you a little story. Years ago, I can't remember how many years ago it was, but it was years ago, right? So I said, come on, it can't be that easy to get a ministry license. I said, well, let me go online. So I contacted Dr. Hensley and I said, is it really that true that you can just get him, an ordination? Because, well, actually, he says, you can get the ordination. It doesn't cost you anything. He says, now, the things that will cost you is if you want to go through the training, and get your doctorate in religious science, your master's in religion, your doctorate in religious history. Those things are going to cost you because the only way that you're going to have that information is if you take the courses. And I was like, ram. But yeah, he says, why? You need one? I said, well, I don't need one, but I'll apply for one. So I applied for one and I got one. Took about maybe 45 days. I was like, okay. I said, well, let's see how hard his schooling is. Let me tell you what. That stuff's in depth. And it takes, when you want to get a doctorate in biblical studies, you better study the Bible. And I mean the whole Bible from cover to cover, because there's a lot of information and a lot of questions that are asked. It's not like you could just flip through the pages and just fill out the answers and send it in and get it back. It's not that easy. You really got to know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You got to study. You got to study the content because sometimes they overlap each other and questions may go back and forward. So, I think it's a good educational basis. I mean, it really doesn't make a difference as far as I'm concerned, whether, it's an Ivy League uh, college or, wherever you're getting your license. It doesn't really matter. It's knowing your craft, knowing your art. And that's just it. I met so many wonderful people that are not ministers, but they really know, you know, their faith, no matter what that faith is, whether they're Hindu or Buddhist or Christian or whatever. It doesn't make a difference. They know, and that's a part of it. Where I'm going with all of this is it comes to the same things with buying coins. When you buy coins or collect coins, there's many things that go with it. It's not just a coin. There's holders and there's boxes and all kinds of stuff that go along with it, right? There's so many things to go into it. And I was like today, my brother said, "Oh, there's this go-kart, right?" And he was telling me about it and everything. Well, here's the thing that I learned about building go-karts and riding go-karts, right? Maybe the base part of it you could pick up for $200, $300, $400. But knowing the things that you got to fix later on, like fixing wells and plates and putting new motors on, new brakes, new, brake lines, roll cages that got rotted out, you got to replace. That can end up being hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So you got to really know, is your initial investment worth it or not? You know what I mean? In coin collecting, it's a little more simplified, I think, because there's coins at all levels. And I won't say that every coin in every collection, whether it be penny, nickel, dime, quarter, half dollar, dollar, whatever, whether it's paper currencies or whatever it may be, is going to be affordable. I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say there are different levels. So, and the beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. So, collect for you, buy for you, get what you want, right? But remember, there's other things that come along with that. I think a lot of people today, everybody's, let me send it off, see what that grade is. Yeah, so I can resell it and make some money. Well, if that's what you're doing, but here's the problem. When you get into collecting and you get into this hobby and you rush into selling something right away and getting something graded, right? What if the ball game changes? What if the grading company that was on top today is not on top in 10 years? And the holder that you had, they think that those coins were graded subpar and it devalues your coin. There's a lot of things to really think about when you get into coin collecting. It's like, holy crap, really? Why are you telling me that? Well, I'm telling you that because everything is unpredictable. Just like grading is subjective, everything is unpredictable, and people are unpredictable. So, you kind of got to find a balance with what you're doing and your collecting, right? I mean, I met a guy one time, he was collecting, I think it was bobber halves, and he got all the bobber halves, right? So he got his date set. And then he says, well, now I'm going to get all the mint marks. So he went and spent a few years and got all the mint marks. And he's like, well, now what do I do? I've completed my collection. I said, well, now there's a couple of things that you can do. You can start a penny collection, different pennies, or you can start, a nickel collection or a dime collection. You know what I mean? And do it the same way. Dates, do all your dates through all your collections, and then do all your mint marks through all your collections. And then once you do that, then you start upgrading them. So if you're going to collect pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, halves, and dollars in coinage, the best way I say to do it, to get you, rolling, so that you're somewhere, is to get all your dates and your sets, right? Get your dates. Once you got all your dates, then you go for your mint marks. And then once you got your mint marks, now you can start upgrading them. If you're going to do progressive stuff, does that mean that if you see a really nice coin and it's a mint mark, well, and it's a good price, well, if you buy it, then you don't have to worry about upgrading for a while. You know what I mean? You can skip over that. It's like getting a 2-for-1 deal. And it's really strange how you do it. There's no right or wrong way, I don't believe. I mean, it really has to do with how you want to do it, your hobby, right? So enjoy it. Stacking silver, well, everybody stacks differently. And some people always looking for the best deal. Which I can understand if you're a stacker, you know. You're looking for a good deal. But sometimes it's not just a good deal. It's when you make a relationship with people, like I have with certain dealers. I will work with a lot of dealers, believe it or not. Some of these coins from these people that I've dealt with or deal with, we're talking millions of dollars a piece for some of these coins. I mean, you can reach out if you got the money, and they got it. So, you know, sometimes you say, well, I'm never going to be able to have the money. You don't know that. You don't. And the good thing about knowing them is they might tell you, hey, you know what? I know that money's kind of tight right now, but I know a coin that's $200 that you can get, right? This is the trust level that you see with these guys. And I'll bet you this coin in 5 years is going to grow. And, you got to put your trust in it. Is it easy? No, it's not. But it's about building the relationship. And through that relationship, knowing whether, it's going to do it. And sometimes it doesn't. I've had coins that, I've purchased and, I thought that they were going to go up in value and they didn't. And, I take the good with the bad. I wash my hands. I don't worry about it, if it's not a graded coin, then I take the risk. I'm not too overly apprehensive about being mad about it. You know what I mean? Now, if it's a graded coin that I'm buying, I guess you have to know the people that are grading the coin, right? You watch them. You watch their history. What are they used to? Are they used to overgrading, undergrading? Pretty much they grade right on spot. I mean, you got to know that about these guys. But with time, sometimes they get too many people and it can slip up, right? And it can fall to the wayside. So you're always taking chances. Sometimes companies will go away. It's very possible. So, know all of these things so that you're not mad later on in life when you're purchasing coins. I mean, what I do here is a little bit different than what everybody else is doing it because I pretty much do it. All I do it for really is raising money to do things for people during this time of the season, for my charities. Otherwise, I wouldn't really have a big need to do it. You know what I mean? I just thought that I could be very helpful to people because I have some experience with collecting coins over the years. And I just like to share my experience. Does that mean that there's not people that are smarter than me and know more about the coins than me? No, I'm not saying that. I know for a fact there are a lot more educated people than me. And I go to them and I ask them for help, when I'm not sure of things. And that's the fun thing about coin collecting. Don't let your head get too swelling because you learned a little bit of information. Because when you go to the big coin shows or you get invited to some of these private auctions, you'll find out real fast how small of a man you are in the room, you know? So, anyway, I'm here. Got a few things going on. I don't know if you guys seen it, if you was here in the introduction, but I'll show you if you haven't seen the video. This is a new coin holder that was made. I made the base of it, and Robinson Prospecting made the actual holder part of it. And if you look in the background, each one of them has my stamp and a signature. There's only 9 of them, and I'll show you in the background a few more that I have. If you're only going to purchase one, it's probably going to be around, well, it's going to be $12 for each one, and then another probably $5 or so to send it, if that's all you're going to get. So just wanted to let you know that. And there's other ones. There's, one with a silver background with a blue, and then one with a gold background and a light blue. And then there's a few more up there. You see them up there. And then there's a couple up there. So if you're interested in that, 1, 2, all of them, I don't care, You can buy them all. You can buy one, whatever you want to do. There's only 10. And for right now, I'm only doing 10 of these. Because that's it. I don't have a whole bunch of people coming. And I know that I usually have, pretty much up to about 10 people or so that come to my auctions. So I didn't think that it was necessary to make a bunch of them and have a bunch just sticking around. Just make a few. And then next year, maybe we'll have a different design, I forgot to send Robinson. By God, I forgot to send it to him because I get so sidetracked. But there's some other ideas that I had for him and coin holders and things like that that he can make and help himself profit from them. I'd like to see him do well in what he's doing. It takes a long time to make one of these. He can tell you in the chat how long it takes to make this. Not do the wood part, because I did the wood part, but just to make this holder, how much time it takes to make one. So, sometimes it's not about, just seeing it as a piece of plastic, because it takes a lot of time. That is, we're talking about 3D here, It's pretty neat. So 3.5 hours. Imagine that, 3.5 hours just to make that. And it took me maybe about, 20 minutes to make the base. 20 minutes to router it and sand it and cut it out. So there is a big difference in the time. So if you put it together, it's almost 4 hours to make one of these. That's crazy. I'm just saying. And to get it for $12 and it's special, he made it. He's the one with the design pattern. So I thought it was cool. So don't think that we ain't always thinking in the background, because we're always thinking in the background. I want to do a shout out to Vita Water. Why? Because I like it. Oh my God, I'm telling you. Oh, you see the clock back there? I finally put it up. That clock. Pretty cool clock. Didn't know if you guys ever seen it before or not. And for people who are just tuning in and probably watch this video afterwards, if there is something that you're interested in that I have back here, you can contact me. I'll put the banner up right now at my email address, revrobertcornell@gmail.com. So if you're not on and you're watching this afterwards and you're interested in purchasing one of these clocks or any of the items that you see here, you can contact me through my email and be happy to talk to you about it. Okay. So if you're not able to be here, or you don't want people to know how much money you're spending or whatever, or you don't really just like doing online auctions, but you want to help support what I'm doing here on the channel, or what we're doing here on the channel, then, you know, you're more than happy to do it that way. Or if you're interested in some coins, just want to put a few little things together, maybe for your children or your grandchildren for Christmas, tell me what you want to do, and I'll put something together for you. Okay? Don't feel like you have to always be live on the channel, in the chat, or, because I understand there's some private people out there. And, I got to respect that, but I want to also let you know that I'm more than willing to help you out. Okay? That's pretty much my intro. And no, I didn't practice that beforehand. So, this week, I was like, I'm always working on my Morgans, And I was going to send off 20 Morgans to ANAC, right? Because they had a special. Well, I missed the special. I really didn't feel like spending $400. So what I did was I bought brand new holders for them, special holders. And I re-looked at them and regraded them and put them in their nice little new holders, and I put them back in the box. There's no necessity for me at this time to really have them put in slabs. I mean, they are in slabs. They're in good slabs, They're slabbed, and then they're in a sleeve over the top of it. So that's what I did. And I put them safely back in their little box, in their little home, with their, with the other sisters in there. And, it was cheaper to do it that way. It was cheaper for me to spend $100 to get 50 slabs. It was. And to put them in new slabs and, that lint free and uncontaminated, than it was to spend the $400 at this time. And so that's what I did. And they look good. Nothing wrong with them. I'd save a little money. And you're probably saying, well, what made you do that? Well, because, it's Christmas time, and I've invested a lot of money in coins and stuff. And so I didn't want to put out the extra money. And then the second reason is I pulled out some of my books. I get started on some things, and then I forget that I didn't finish them, and I thought that I finished them. And that's tough. So I went through all of my pennies. No, I take that back. I didn't go through the pennies, and I didn't go through the nickels. I took out my dimes, my quarters, and my halves. And I don't know if you know how long it takes to go through your collection, especially when you screw up, when you don't put it in numerical order and you just slip sleeves in there. And then you lose the paper. The paper would have told me everything. So I had to go back through all of them and look at every day and look at for every grade and look for, the mint marks. It took me hours. But I got through my dimes. So I got through my seeded dimes and my Morgan dimes. Yeah. Some people call them Bobber dimes. Some people call them Morgan dimes. They're called either. Okay. And then, hey, what's up, Jack? And then I went through my what else did I go through? Oh, I went through all my dimes. And yeah. So I'm doing pretty good on well, I got a lot to do for my seeded dimes. That's tough. Seeded giant dimes are a pain in the anal cavity to get. And they are expensive, some of them. So I'm like, well, maybe I won't tackle them. And then I moved on to my Barber dimes, or Morgan dimes, which for a date set, just a date set, I'm only missing 9. I said, man, I'm closer to doing them than I am my own Morgans. So I'm not too far off, and I started looking at some of the prices, and the prices ain't too bad. So my next tackle is the Barber dimes. So I'm going to try to get all my Barber dimes dates done, and then I'm going to move on to trying to get all the mint marks for my Barber dimes because they're still, accessible. And then I'll move on with the other stuff. And when I got to my $half, I'm not doing too bad. I'm maybe 15 off here and 21 off, and 12 off. So I'm not too bad with my halves. It's not really a big thing. I always was into the dimes, and I've always been into dimes. Quarters, I'm not too bad on the quarters either. I'm doing pretty good on the quarters. And matter of fact, the Barber quarters. So that's what I've been tackling. So I figured, well, you know what? I'm such a big Morgan guy. I'm just going to tackle the Barber dimes and the Barber quarters and the Barber halves and try to get them all done in the next few years. So. What is up with OSP? Nothing that I know of. Why? If there was something wrong with OSP, I'd know about it. Nothing wrong. Well, I can tell you what's going on this weekend if you want to know. Around about where he lives, they got a big festival going on. Huge festival. Thousands and thousands and thousands. Yes, I do have some Buffalo nickels. Yep, I do. Right back there. I'll put some up if you want, Jack. Just give me a minute. So there's going to be, I guess there's like, what did he say? Over 100,000 people or something that come through there. They're going to have like a big, clam cakes and crab cakes and, all that stuff. All kinds of lobster and crab legs and all that. Well, heck, anybody that knows Old Soul Poet, he's probably right smack in the middle of it all. So, no, he's not in Baltimore. He's not. He's at home. I know where he's at because he already told me what he was doing. So there's a big festival, and there's a lot of people. Well, I don't know about that, Jack. I don't know what they are, but I can start them off at a buck. Probably, yeah. Is my Mercury dollars adding down to 170? What's that, Robinson? Is your Mercury it's down to $1.70? No, I don't live out there where Dove is. Dove can get them pretty cheap. He's got the ends on that stuff. I'm just trying to make some money for charity. So I got a whole book of dimes upstairs, but I paid more than that, so I'm not going to sell them cheaper than what I paid for them. That wouldn't be logical. Not for all of them, but I mean, I know what I paid a piece for them. So, but if you want to buy 250 of them, I can get. We can talk about that later on. I mean, I got some nice dimes in there too. They're not all shizzle bedizzle, There's some really nice dimes. There's some mint states in there. So, but we can talk about that sometime on the phone. But if you're gonna get coins, I'm gonna tell you, you watch what I'm telling you. there's a lot of smoke show going on right now with silver and gold. I'm going to tell you, I know I can already see this coming. When it goes back up the next time, it's going to be a monster. It's going to be crazy. And if they decide to separate, what I call the fictitious silver and the fictitious gold, and there's a new standard made for what real spot will be for physical silver, it's going to be different. It's going to be much different. And the premiums are going to be different. So it's going to come to a head and it's going to happen. Now, if for some reason the government decides to go back to a gold standard, it will definitely become different. Way different. So, what's that? A book of Mercs to 170 each. Oh, you got a book of Mercs at 170 each? Well, good for you. I'm glad you did, man. That's good. I think Dove did too. I seen his video. I think he got a really good deal on some too. Hey, sometimes you got to get the deals, right? That's just the way it is. You just got to get them deals. I understand. But I got my hands in so many pots. I mean, it's like, And this week, it's pretty much getting ready for this. That's the paper that makes it all happen. This piece of paper. You don't have this, we couldn't have done it. I mean, I'm glad he got it. I mean, his license is important too, but that piece of paper is ultimately important. So anyway, so I'm really thinking about what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it fun because he's going to, actually film it, so you guys can see me in action and see how I do things, which is really different every time. I like to be different, So it'll be interesting. I picked another of those 2016 gold Mercuries this week. Oh, yeah? All right. That's cool. Yeah, they had I can't remember who bought one, but somebody bought a couple of them here a few years back and asked me if I wanted one. For me, it's like gold is on a different level with me. And I'll tell you how I work gold. I don't collect it. I have some very highly collectible, very low mintage gold upstairs. When they changed the reverse on them, I bought the 10th ounce and I bought a 1/4 ounce that are sitting upstairs. And I'll sell them. If somebody wants to buy them, I'll sell them. But, they're worth a lot of money because they're really rare. Really rare, So that's the only collectible that I really was interested in gold. Otherwise, gold is great if you want to just buy it at a little bit above spot, because you're always going to do that. There's always a premium on gold when you're buying from somebody else. You're going to pay a little bit. So with that being said, when you're dealing with gold, it's a whole different ball game than silver. And some people would say, no, you're wrong. I say no, because you're dealing with higher dollar value, right? And some people can't afford that. And it's not attainable for everybody. Silver is attainable for most people, The only difference is if you had to haul ass somewhere real quick, it'd be easier to do it with a lot of gold than it would to do it with silver. That's the big difference. So, if everything starts going down again, I don't know. I've already had an offer to do some exchange for some silver to gold, but not really interested right now. Just it's paid for, so it doesn't really matter. That's how I look at it. Oh. Buy it because you love it. That's all I got to say. And don't think that gold and silver, are the most expensive things, because let me tell you something. Copper is going up too. Copper is one of those metals that you can't leave out. Palladium, And you say, well, there's not as many uses. Well, you'd be surprised. Platinum is used in, catalytic converters. And I think everybody's got one of those on their car. So, yeah. You got to really, wait till you get the ratio. But yeah, for me, it doesn't, here's my thing. I'm not the ultimate stacker. I'm a collector. So there's a big difference in how I do things. Now, I'm not saying that I don't have, a bulk of it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that my mind thinks more of from a collector's point of view. And, that's how I was brought up in collecting, brought up when I first got started in it. It was collecting. And I tell people, great gifts that you could give people for Christmas is, buy them a Morgan, pay $35, $40 for a Morgan, halfway decent one, whatever. Something that you can see the face and read the date. Good stocking stuffer, something cool to give somebody. You could, and look, here's the thing about coins or a silver dollar, here's my reason for it. You could get yourself, holder like this. You can get some holders like these, right? You can encapsulate it, put it in a little box, wrap it up, put a little bow on it, and just put like 5 or 6 or 7 of them away, right? And that way, when you forget to get somebody something, or somebody shows up with some presents and you didn't think that you'd have anything, you can say, psst, I got this covered. And who's not going to like a coin? It'd be moronic to not like a coin. Because first off, it's always got value. Now, maybe it's not that new Maserati they wanted, or that new swimming pool, or that new washer and dryer, but at least you got something. And you did think ahead. And you did think ahead for even people that you wouldn't even know it was going to show up. So it's a good idea to do that. Or you could do a $50, Look, it doesn't really make a difference. It's the thought. But no matter what way you look at any coin, it's really not the way you dress it up. It's the way you present it. It's how you present it to yourself and to others. I think that that's really important. But it will only be worth what it's worth. I mean, you ain't going to change that any. So, see, the collector is, how do I want to say this? It's so complicated, the collectors, right? And when people ask me, what's the best way for me to start? I'm like, man, that's hard. That's hard for me to tell you that, I really don't know what to say. I really don't. Start with what impresses you, I guess. What makes you feel good. You know, whether it's 2000 P Sacagawea, hey, maybe that's something that you know, it doesn't have to look great. It could be all toned up like this one, but it might appeal to you and make you happy. And you know, you give somebody one and they're happy. I'll tell you what happened to me this week. A certain company called me up. Guy calls me up. He says, "Hey, I know of you, and I want to, give you my business card, and want to see if I can, get some business with you." And I was like, "Okay, what's your business card?" He said, "Well, my business card is a Morgan Silver dollar." He says, "All you got to do is pay for the shipping and the insurance and stuff, which is $20." He says, "And I ship you a common date Morgan, a nice one." I said, "What?" He says, "No strings attached. You don't have to buy anything from me." He says, "It's just that's my business card." And I said, "Well, Cap Bus, we captured what captured my fancy. Cap Bus, yeah, Cap Bus, they're beautiful. I mean, I'll agree with that, Washington State Jag fans. Cap Bus are absolutely beautiful, and they're still attainable, right? But man, let me tell you what. You gotta really, really, really know your stuff when it comes to Cap Bus for grading. And you have to really study them, right? And you better have the book open. You better have PCGS's website, Coin World, and everybody else up on the screen when you're doing them, and you better take them one at a time. Because if you're collecting to collect for value, if you're just collecting to, have a set and it's just, a filler, that's different. But when you get up in it, and some of them babies are expensive. I'm just saying. I know. Look, I just know. And unfortunately, I know how much it's going to end up costing me too, because, I believe in collecting. I like to collect the date set for all of them. And I would tell you guys to be interested in that too, because that way, when something pops up, it's cool. You say, "Oh, 1979. That's a nice looking 1979 quarter. And it's a deep cameo at that price." And then you snatch it up. There's common date coins that are so expensive, man, because some of them just don't hit. They just don't hit the mark, So yeah, you gotta look. If you want a lady with a bonnet on, it's gonna cost you some money. That's all I'm gonna say. You like them big old boobs. They're gonna cost you for one. And that's no lie. I'm just, being honest. And not that you guys don't already know this, but for other people who are watching that don't know, look, get out while you can. Don't do it. It's a terrible disease. Look, I think it's probably worse than drugs for people. Really. It costs you the same. You could sweat it out, right? And it's like, you never, it's like you just can't let go of not getting that one date, right? Because now it's really bugging you. And and when other people can get it so easy, it's like, look, I'd be a liar saying I ain't jealous over some people, right? I'm just, a little jealousy does sit in. I seen a guy with a beautiful, I mean, absolutely gorgeous MS 64 plus, right? 1893 Morgan S dollar. I mean, it was just like when he says, "Oh, I want to show you this." I said, "Oh." I looked at him and I went, he goes, "Nice, ain't it?" I went, "Really, dude?" He's like, "Cost me some money, man." I said, "Yeah, I know it cost you some money, man." I said, "I can't believe you just handed it to me like that. That's an expensive coin. Really expensive. Look it up. Look one up. An MS 64 with a star, right? So it means something special about it, which was the color of it, right? From NGC. 1893S. Rare. Super rare. Absolutely gorgeous. Yep. So, the collecting part of it, man, I'll tell you what. Now, look, if you could get some bulk silver, there's nothing wrong with that. If you go somewhere, somebody just wants to, hey, look, I haven't been able to move it. I'm a coin dealer. I'm a coin dealer, and I just need to move some of this stuff. Give me, this amount of money and wheel and deal a little bit. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. But I have a collector's mind. I don't, I'm not. Stacking is easy. All it takes is money and knowing that the coins are real. Money and knowing the coins are real. And being at the right place at the right time to get a good price on the coins. That's easy. But when you become a collector, that takes time, patience, motivation, more money, and a network of people that can help you to achieve whatever your goal is. Because it's a lot easier. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but it's a lot easier when you meet many different people and they can help you along your journey in coin collecting. It makes it fun too, because look, once in a while, your buddy, hey, you know what? I know you collect Benjis, right? Yeah, I do. And then you whip out and you say, bam, look at this. What is that? That's a Proof 69, baby. Where'd you get that? I mean, things like that, you know, it's okay. It's kind of fun. The strange thing is when you meet friends that they love something. They absolutely love something. And it can be a life-changing experience for them when you can give them something. I had somebody do that for me. Well, actually, I've had a couple of people giving me different coins, but he goes, hey, Bob. I go, yeah. He goes, I got something you'll like. I said, what's that? He said, well, I don't know if you want it. Now he's jerking me around, right? I said, well, I know it's a coin. He goes, well, thanks for being a good friend. He handed it to me, and I looked at it. It was 1895 Morgan silver dollar. And I went, really, dude? He's like, I know you had to sell your collection years back, and I know this is going to be a hard coin for you to find. So there it is. I was like, wow. That's cool, So it happens. But, I don't, like me, I don't go through all of my coins. Sometimes I'll show you this. Put this over here. So I got this box. Has different pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, halves. All kinds of stuff in there, There's all kinds of stuff in here. I mean, it's just, who knows? I mean, I throw all kinds of stuff in here. Gemstones, you name it. I put it in there, right? And then periodically I can just, do like lots. Throw them up there and I can make lots. It's cool stuff, it's somebody might find something in there that they really like a 1964 D. Red. Nice one. Be you. Maybe not everybody today, collects pennies, but somebody might say, oh, wow, you got, dude's got penny collection. Maybe I should start one. When it gets expensive is when you move on from just collecting coins and collecting and stacking gold. And then you decide to buy something like this. Now I'm going to amaze you a little bit. Maybe. I'm going to show you something special. Watch. Take a look at this. I'm going to try to magnify it as high as I can here. This is kind of a little tough to do. So bear with me. I'm going to be moving my thing so I can get you in focus here. It'll take me a minute. So bear with me. I got to get the angle just right for this. All right. Take a peek at this stone. So this is an opal. And this opal, this guy had, and it has a lot of red in it. And if anybody knows anything about opals, that red is what you look for, right? It has just a magnificent color to it. Absolutely magnificent. And the great thing about it is it won't be hard for me to cut it. So when you move on and you start trying to get high-end gemstones and start cutting them, look at that color. Huh? Now that's a stone. And you walk around with that Rock of Gibraltar on you, and they'll know you got good taste. I mean, that's absolutely beautiful, beautiful stone. And this is a 18 by 13 millimeter, and it's approximately 8.25 carats. Would anybody like to take a guess at what that stone's worth? Yeah, she's beautiful. Now I still have to cut the top and the sides, but she's deep. That line goes deep down in there, that color pattern. But I just wanted to show you that. I thought it'd be interesting to show you. Oh, yeah. So be careful. Be careful when you get into collecting stuff, because it can get crazy. And you can make big mistakes when you start cutting these babies. And you can go from a $500 or $5,000 stone to nothing that quick. And that's the risk that you take when you're buying and playing around with gemstones that are not already cut. Anyway, are we ready to start an auction? Anybody ready? Seeing we've been at I don't know, a half hour of me jabber-jawing. Y'all ready to get started? Yes? No? Maybe? You guys ready to get started? A little auction? I want to do something cool. So got something up my sleeve. Where is the coffee lady? Hold on a minute. I gotta contact the coffee lady. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my coffee. You guys ready to get started? You let me know, and we'll start putting them out. All right. So let me. I got a bell, but I don't think she'll hear it. Probably not. Next best thing, the phone. This is when you know you got a good relationship with your woman. Because some women tell you to go get bent. I happen to be in a good mood today, but I've had a crappy week. And I don't like people to test my intelligence, but just so happens somebody did that. And you're about to find out that's very bad for the profession. Very bad. When you try to be using some snake oil, trickster type sneaky stuff and get over on somebody. Bad. Absolutely bad, especially with somebody like me. So that'll be taken care of too. That's right. All right. So, you know, my dad used to tell me, go big or stay at home. So, I'm going to do a lot. And then, where it goes, who knows? I figure we'll do a lot. That's funny. That's funny, Duff. Oh my God. Would she really tell you that? Are you timing this? Watch. I bet it doesn't take long. I'm just saying. Look. Think I was bullshitting?
I hear you timing me.
Did you hear my bell?
No, I didn't hear the
I was
bell.
ringing the crap out of it.
I can't
Hell,
hear
I
it.
almost dislocated my shoulder doing this.
No, you have to maybe show me a picture of it and ring it over my phone or something.
Shut. Yeah, I forgot it. Huh? Yeah. Oh, don't say there's a leak. Oh, God, have mercy. Oh, we don't need that. Dove said his wife would tell him F you. He's only saying that because she ain't in the room. He's only saying that because she ain't in the room. No, not you. Don't get me caught up in that. No. I said Dove, not Mary Ann. But Dove did say hi, though. You like that, huh? Can't get that shit at Dunkin' Donuts. I had to say it. I just had to say it. I'm sorry. I had to go there. Oh my God. All right. We got 4 guys looking in. We're going to start off with a coin lot. I'm going to make it cool. I'm not going to tell you anything about the coins. I'm just going to put them up there. I'm going to start it off with a bid. It's going to be a lot. Once I get done putting them up there, well, I might want to raise this up, though. Okay, I'm sure it's going to take up most of that. And then you guys can bid. This is going to be interesting. I've been waiting to do this all week. This is going to be neat. Yeah, I planned it. Because if you noticed, I started talking about, different collections. Starting different collections. Finding coins. Well, this would be cool. And you probably wouldn't expect it from me either. Don't be putting numbers up yet, because you don't even know what I'm starting it at. Hey, don't be peeking. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. This is gonna be cool. Right there. Where's the other ones at? Oh, here we go. You guys are gonna crap. All right. There's that. Where is it? All right. Oh man, this is crazy. All right. All right. Here we go. I'm trusting you guys. So that's why I'm going to start it out like this. Oh my God. This is going to get crazy. I better move these over here. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. This is going to be tough, so you guys are going to have to keep an eye over here as it turns, because I'm going to have it turn. There's so much stuff on here. I'll just move it around. Oh, I don't know if I can. Can I raise this up some more? I wish that I could. I need to go out more, but I can't. Oh well, screw it. We'll keep it right there. If I can get it focused. All right, let's see if this thing. So keep an eye on it. As the world turns, and just keep an eye on it. Might need to get some new batteries in that bad boy. That's a big old lot. Oof. It's all right. Grab your motion sickness bag. Totally acceptable. Or I can stop it and just put it all in one big pile. We can just put it all in one big pile like this. Move all these babies in here. We'll take all these and just stack them up. See if I can move all this stuff in line here. Might be easier this way. I don't know. Might not be too. I don't know. A lot of stuff on there though. I don't know if I could get it all in there or not, but there it is. I don't want to show more. I don't have the time for that. Look, you got a whole stack of halves here. Okay, I'll do it. Lord have mercy. You're a pain in the Rumpelstiltskin. I gotta show them all one at a time. It's a killer deal. This is 1879p Morgan silver dollar. Might have a VAM on it. That's something for you to check out. It's probably good to very good. Couple little dings along the sides around the rim. But 1879 Morgan silver dollar. Might be a VAM on it. You'll have to check it out. See if there is. Just maybe. That's one. 2, 1858 O. seated $50. So if you're just starting off and you need a filler, there's a filler. Hasn't been tampered with, hasn't been cleaned and all that junk that I know of. Don't look to be. So there's that. Next up is 1909P bobber half, or you can call it a Morgan half. About good to good. Nice filler for a collection if you're going to start a collection. So there you go. There's that. Next up is a 1914 bobber quarter. It's a nice color. Really nice color on that quarter. Look at the back. There's the back. The lot price is up there, guys. The lot price is up there. Starting bid's $100 for this whole lot. So I don't know why you guys are going where you're going, because that isn't going to matter to me. That's the next price. And this one here is a 1963 Benji. 1963 Benji. Oh, you must be playing with yourselves there. You're playing with yourself. Okay. There you go. There's that. I'll put him upside down so he can stand on his head. Next up is a 1909 V nickel. So if you haven't started your V nickels yet, here's a nice colorful V nickel. Next up is a 1908 V nickel. 1908 V nickel. Next one up is another 1908 V nickel. These are nice little stocking stuffers too. That's a nice one. Next one up is a 1902 V nickel. Next up is a good to very good 1911 V nickel. V nickel. 1901 V nickel. 1901 V nickel. 1900 V nickel. 1900 V nickel. 1899 V nickel. This one here, I'm going to save that one to the last. These are kind of, these ones here are toned. So this one here is a 1998. And it's got a really strange tone on the bottom of it and a mark up there, right up here. It's just toning really strange. You've seen it. Look at that. See the toning on it? It looks to be very uncirculated. So I just thought that was neat. And this one here too. This is a 1998. See how the toning is on that? Ain't that weird? I just thought that was really strangely toned. $79. They're in really good condition. The toning is weird on them. This one here looks like it's got like copper across it. See it? Weird. I mean, I don't collect them myself. I mean, just strange. This one here, look at this one. Bam. Looks like it came out of a proof set. 2019. I think there may be a VAM on this one. something looked really odd about that O down there. I don't know. I don't collect them to really investigate them, but you'd have to check that out. And this one here is a 1994, which seemed like to be an odd specimen. And then this one. Looked like there was a dye clash on this, and it's toned. And I even marked it where you got to look. See that? See that right there, that area right there? So if you're a collector, you'd probably better know than me. I seen it and put it in there. So there it is. Big old fat stack. Big old fat stack of stuff. There you go. You have a strange looking quarter? Oh, and this. Let's not forget him. 1964D. ABU. Red. Nice. Really nice. I had to put a penny in there. I mean, kind of guy would I be if I didn't? If you got strange quarters, man, you really got to go to like PCGS, ANAC. Look at some of the variations they got. Coin World. You just got to really look. You know, you got to spend time looking. And that's the other part. I mean, you can go to all the auctions that you want, and you can go to all these different people that, you know, and they could tell you whatever, but you really need to check the stuff out. I mean, and that's the hard part. I mean, I got quarters sitting back here from this year. I've got Wilma War Killer coins and Man Killer. And I got some drooling ears and die cracks and mash. I mean, took us a while to get that whole stack together, but that's for another time. Okay, so I'm going to run a clock. If nobody wants it, I'm going to take it down. Here we go. Clad quarter here. You know, some of the clad quarters they did from the States actually delaminated some of the front of it, and it's just delaminated. So, okay, everyone has unlocked number 1. Alrighty, so that's done. So we can take them all down. Put them away. And I think I'll just stick that there. 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 And we'll put these over here. And oh yeah. Need that one. That one. There. There. This over here. And that over there. Okay. That's that. And this over here. All right. Where was I at? Where is it? Is it not here? Did I do something with it? I don't know what I did with it. Oh, I didn't even bring you guys back up. Sorry. What the heck I was doing there, but guess I lost you guys for a second. Oh my god. What am I doing that? I don't know what I did with thing I wanted to put up there. Maybe I was upstairs. All right. Cool. That was good. Oh, I put it back here. I just don't know what I did with it. I just don't know what I did with it. Shoot. Okay. Move the trash. No. I tell you what, them guys from Renewal by Anderson, they never leave me alone. They're constantly bugging me. I don't understand. I don't need new windows. I have Anderson windows. So why do I need more windows? I do not know what I did with it. That's bugging me. That bugs the snot out of me. Huh. Well, that's interesting. What I did with that coin, I have no clue. Oh, I got to sneeze. Man. Must have been dusty over there. I don't know what I did with that coin. That's really starting to bug me. What I did with it. What's this right here? Is this it? No? That ain't it. Is this it? Oh, buffaloes. Bee nickels. What are these? Oh. Oh. What is that? Oh, these are the... Oh, yeah. I forgot I even had them. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm looking for something. Oh, that's not no. There you go. That's not no. That's not no. Is this one? Nope, that's not them either. Oh, it's gonna really make me mad because I can't find that one coin. I don't know what happened, but I might have took it upstairs, but it's really bothering me that I can't find that coin. I'll tell you that. I don't know what I did with it. Shoot. Well, that's going to aggravate the pee out of me. Oh, well. What am I going to do about that? Aggravating. I don't know what to do with it. All right. We'll try this one. All right, let's go to this one. Wait a minute. Here we go. Shrink, shrink. So let me bring this one up. In focus here. There we go. 1857. Oh, seeded $50. Looking to get something for your collection. It's pretty nice. Not bad. I don't know if it has a VAM on it or not. I couldn't really figure that out. I don't know what I was looking with at the time, to be honest with y'all. But I must have seen something on this one. Pretty nice coin. Right, GVG, somewhere around there. There you go. Start the clock. Do, 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 do. All right, let's go to something else. Oh, that ain't the one. There it is, right there. I ordered 6 Native American dollars, P&D, from Littleton Coin Company, and they sent me 2 with the same mint mark. They sent you 2 with a double mint mark on one, or they sent you 2 with the exact same mint mark? I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Littleton is one of them companies for... Look, I watch people get on and do... I can't think of the name of them, but they have this guy. He got up there one time, right? And he was trying to... I cannot think of the name of him. I want to say that they got like 3 letters to their name. Oh, I can't think of the name of them now. QVC or something like that, right? I can't remember. It's one of them. You know, them online guys. So, anyway, he comes out with these bars. So they're half kilo bars and 1 kilo bars, right? Now, look, if you're going to buy something from a guy to help with charity, I get it. You might want to pay a little bit more. I do. I do charity all the time. All the time. I spend thousands of dollars a year doing charity. And others give $1 and they just think they won the world. And they got all the money. I don't understand it. But one thing that I cannot stand is when you're out there and you're just trying to buy, you know, stuff for as cheap as you can get it, only thinking about yourself, you know. I mean, look, I get it. That's your moment. You know what I mean? Everybody needs to try to figure out in life what they want to do, right? But the one thing that I don't like is when people say, this is the lowest price that you can get these items for. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he said the half Troy kilos were $5.99, and the 1 Troy were like $11.99, right? $11.99. And I was like, that doesn't seem right, you know? So I get on and I go to Jam Bullion and I go to APMEX, right? Because those are 2 big companies. So, oh, that's cool. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. I guess if you like them. So, I couldn't believe there was like a $400 difference in the price on the 1 Troy kilo. And I can't remember. It was like a couple $100 difference in the half kilo. And I'm like, look, if you're just buying it and you got the money to buy it, you're better off buying it from one of those guys, you know? Silver Gold Bull, APMEX, Money Metals, JM Bullion, you know, United States Gold Mint. I mean, they got a lot of companies out there that'll do just that. Okay? They'll give you, you know, they're going to make a little money over spot. You know, they're going to have their premiums. But that premium, and then I said, I know what it is. I know what's dragging these people in to buy this stuff. And they have a flex pay. They do it on a 2 flex pay or a 3 flex pay. Or, oh, you're a special VIP and you have 12 months to pay for it. And I'm thinking, that's how they're making their money. they're calculating an interest in for you using and being able to pay in 12 months. And I said, well, I got to really kind of think about this for a minute. How is this right or wrong? And I've come up with this conclusion. It would be right if you only had a certain amount of money, you wanted to get one, and you could only afford, $40 a month. So if you could only afford $40 a month, then it would probably be worth it to you. You know, you're going to pay more in the end, but you're able to pay for it. Maybe you don't have the whole amount of money up front, but you can over several payments. I mean, if it's worth that to you, and knowing that you paid $400 more than you could have got it from if you just saved the money for a few months, right? If you just took and saved that money for a few months and then bought the kilo or the half kilo. And I understand that not everybody manages themselves the same way. So, but to say that this is the lowest price, like he said, some Silver Eagles had a stack of 25 silver or 20 Silver Eagles, right? You can't buy these Silver Eagles. They're hard to find right now, and you can't get them for under $1,100 or $1,000, whatever he said, right? And I'm like, okay, let me look. So I looked them up, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. You can get them for cheaper because Atmex had them cheaper, like a couple $100 cheaper. Jam Bullion had them, Silver Gold Bull had them, and Provident Metals had them. So I looked them all up. I said, I don't know why people just don't do some videos on this. And the next thing I know, the other day I was upstairs watching TV, and I was on YouTube, and I seen a guy, and he did, and it was the same damn show that I was watching. I thought it freaked me out, and I was like, I can't believe somebody else watched the same show as me and was looking where I was looking at the same time. Well, I think I used a couple of different people than he was talking about, but I'm telling you, you got to watch out. You got to watch out. So you got to be careful with that stuff. If you can't afford something, I understand paying a little more and going the distance if that's the only way that you're in control of your money and you're able to purchase something and you want it. I get it. Okay. I'm not going to tell you it's the cheapest way of doing it because it's not. It might be the most viable way of getting it for you and your circumstances and how you handle your money, but it's not the cheapest way. So don't ever let them snake oil you that way, because they're in business to make money. So remember that. You got to watch them, online people like that, just like jewelry, right? And gemstones. Now, I wouldn't put myself out there to say I know everything about all gemstones and what to look at, but I have all of the tools to measure it. I have diamond testers. I have Chelsea filters. I have a machine upstairs that cost me like $700. I have dioptoscopes and spectroscopes, and I have special top of the line microscopes. So I can look at all that stuff, look right in the book, and I can tell. So you got to be careful. Anything you buy these days, you got to be careful. Really. You got hot girls? Oh, cool. There are 44 hot girls? Well, have fun with that. I can only handle one at a time myself. I had to say it. I had to say it. That dude's got 44. So just be careful with those, online places. Somebody had asked me one time, what do you think about the knives with who was it? Frost knives, right? Because Frost does uh yeah, yep. I remember something about that. Like that was a while back though, I think. I seen something. I can't tell you exactly when that Littleton deal was, but yeah. Well, that's funny. That's funny, Dub. Yeah. If they're call girls at 44, they've either taken care of themselves or they're hurting for money. That's all I got to say. Because if you've been a call girl for a long time, you'd have already been retired, had kids, and sitting in a nice house and had money in the bank. If you're still out there at 44, you've done something wrong in your life. That's all I got to say. I was talking to these people in church one day, right? And sometimes you just gotta, mess with their heads, right? So they're asking me some things about my life. I said, what really gets me? I says, I got a great great uncle that started Cornell University. He started Western Union. I said, that's a wonderful thing to have somebody do that. I've had, other reverends in my family that, actually studied in England and, were high authorities in the church. I've had family members that were a part of the Cherokee Nation and went to Canada. You know, my great grandmother was 1/4 Blackfoot Indian. Great little things. But then you get down to some of the things that the Cornells did. Well, when the Cornells first came to America, they started the first brothel. And when I found that out, I was like, oh my God. I might as well just say something about it to the congregation because I know they're going to find out and then they're going to be wondering about me. So I just told them. And they were like, really? I said, yeah. I says, and one thing about a brothel, you know, they were always making money because my guys' minds are never always in control. You know what I mean? Their emotions get the best of them. And next thing you know, into the brothel. And you know what was really weird? I was doing some history. I was checking out some history on, brothels across the world. And do you know that at one time the wives used to let them go? I guess that's where the first initial hall pass came. I was like, man, it is some weird things back in the day. Try that now. You get shot. I can guarantee it. You know what I mean? Especially in my house. You can be guaranteed. That'd be it. So, but yeah, it's amazing when you look back into history and you see what happened in history that was accepted, and then you look at what's not accepted today. It's crazy. You got an American Silver Eagle at 2016. Oh, for like $16 or $19 a few years ago. Yeah, good luck with that now. Good luck with that. That will never happen now. I mean, most of the American Silver Eagles that you see today, with their premiums, they're selling for like, unless you're buying in a bulk, then you could probably get a better deal. But they're like 34, 38, 40, 42, $44. I mean, the market's crazy. It's just in turmoil. So good luck with that today. I mean, I know a few people that if they're if they're circulated or, that, been crashed around or whatever, and played with, you could probably get them, for 30 to, $35 a piece. But look, it's getting harder and harder to get silver. Never mind. And that's not no hoax. That's a fact. It's getting harder and harder to get it at, cheap prices. You gotta hit the right person at the right time to get the deal. That's just the way it is. Yeah. It's all I can do just to keep one. I suggest you get a job change there, Jack. You can only have one. That's kind of scary there, brother. I mean, I here's my thing about American Silver Eagles. I have them all from right here, from 1986 to current. Okay, I have them all right there, and I have special ones too. Reverse proofs. The special ones from the two nations. Canadian and American coin set. I mean, I got different ones. You know, um, but they're not the highlight of my life. The reason why I get them is because I can access them directly from the U.S. Mint and have been for years. And as far as the graded ones are concerned, there's so many of them minted, you can get one picked up, So what will happen is people say, well, how could they ever become valuable? Well, if the U.S. decided to have you turn in your American Silver Eagles and there was a gold standard that come back to the United States with silver involved and platinum, maybe, you might find that, Oh, one woman. Oh, I thought you meant one American Silver Eagle. I was gonna say, Jack, you better have a job change if all you can keep is one American Silver Eagle. That's what I thought you was talking about, not a woman. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Yep. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. Here's the thing I want you guys to understand. There are laws in some states that when you go in to buy something, depending on what it is, they have to have your name, take a copy of your ID card. I think Florida's like this. When they're selling you something. I think it's non-American currency, something like that. And I have no understanding of that. I don't really get it. I guess they want to track you, Who knows? Maybe they're doing numbers or something. And the dealers, when you buy, just call you Johnny Cash. All right, Johnny. When you buy constitutional silver or regular, anything that's minted in the United States, and you really don't have to worry about that. You shouldn't have to worry about that at all. But dealers will tell you that they have to hold anything that is not a sovereign coin, right? A recognized sovereign coin for 30 days. All your bullion, bullion like this. Certain bullion coins. Now, but I will tell you this. If it has a Golden State Mint on there, or a Golden State Mint, And there's a couple of them. Certain ones, well, they're planchards. They make the planchards for American Silver Eagles for the U.S. Mint. So, theirs are acceptable because they are the standard. Because the planchards for the mint come from them, so they are the standard. I think there's like 7 different places that the U.S. Mint extracts their planchards from. Actually, I think a few of them are right here in New England. So, just to let you know. Interesting. You want to look at something. Speaking of that, something just popped in my mind, so I gotta look for something here. So, did you guys have a good week this week? Yes, no, maybe, possibly. Interesting. See, yes, because every now and then the detectives will swing by to see if any stolen bullion has been purchased recently. My buddy ran a coin jewelry shop for years. I'm very busy wrapping stuff up. Have to go to Vegas this weekend on business. Some pleasure. Cool. Well, I hope you have a good time. Well, that'll be a nice little vacation for you. I'll be taking a 2.5 hour drive up to Massachusetts on Saturday to do the wedding. That'll be interesting. Should be a good time. You guys will be able to see that on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. So stay tuned for that. Went to Bass Pro Shop in Ohio and Jungle Jim's and had chicken and dumplings today for a birthday. Well, happy birthday. Taking Mrs. Dove with you. Catch a couple shows. Yeah, you think she's going to let you go to Vegas by yourself? You out of your mind. You out of your damn mind. Let me tell you. If I said I wanted to go to Vegas, business or not, Mary Ann wouldn't let me out of this house. Yours is tomorrow, Dove? Well, mine is the 23rd, the next auction day. So, seeing as that we're not doing so great tonight on auctions, haven't sold shit, then maybe what I'll do is I'll do it next Sunday when I come back for my birthday. I'll do some auctions then. That's probably what I'll do. Mine's on the 23rd. I was born at midnight on the cusp. I'm half Libra and half Scorpio. We got a lot of October babies in here. That's cool. Should I sing happy birthday to you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dove Season, Robinson Prospecting, and everybody else in the family that has a birthday this month. Happy birthday to you and many more. There's your birthday song. You know, my grandmother used to say, you got to sing happy birthday. You got married on my birthday? That's cool. My dad's birthday is the 20th of October. My daughter's birthday is the 24th of October, and mine's the 23rd of October. I have an aunt who was born on the 23rd of October. October babies. Yeah, you know why, don't you? Because it was cold in the wintertime. They had nothing better to do than snuggle up. Now, you're welcome. Anyway, I want to do something for the people who may want to purchase some stuff off of offline, or maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop posting some of the stuff on eBay and see if I can sell it. Maybe Facebook Marketplace, because a lot of people haven't been interested. And I put a lot of hard work into this stuff, but you know, I have a commitment to helping people, and I'm going to do it one way or another. So let everybody who may be offline looking. So all the stuff, all of the clocks, and these pieces here that I have made to show everybody, this is all custom made stuff by me. Any of it can be purchased. If you're interested in any of the clocks that I made them all. Just contact me at revrobertcornell@gmail.com. And I'd be happy to get in contact with me and tell you what the prices are. You know, maybe give you some up close and shots of them. And I'll give you a price of what with the shipping, because it's gonna, you know, they have to be packed a specific way. They have to be wrapped a certain way for you know, mailing. Okay? Just wanted to do that. Oh, that's cool. Your granddaughter's 18th of October. Nice. Yeah, it's one of them months, I guess. Cold starting to set in. I finally finished the stove, so I fixed all the pipes for the stove, because I have to take my stove pipes off on the inside to clean my my flue, because I have a stainless steel flue that I put in a couple of years ago. So I got this brush that I run up in there. I run it halfway up this way, and then I go up on the roof and I run it halfway down. And then I just vacuum it out. And then I put all the pipes back in there, and then I have to recork it and seal it and get it ready for the winter. So I had to do that. Got all that done, which was a job in itself. Nothing boring around here, that's for sure. Except my pain level. I'll tell you what. And I got a feeling it's going to get worse, but I'll deal with it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I try to always put on a good face, but trust me, I'm pretty much a lot of the time in pain, but I deal with it. Gotta do what I gotta do. It's just the way it goes. All right. Well, I know you guys have probably got things to do better than sitting around here and BSing with me. You probably got to go to work in the morning. Got a lot of things coming up this week. So I'm going to sign off. And I'm going to say thank you all for stopping by tonight. And if anything, I hope we had a good conversation. You may even have learned something from me, right? And maybe I'll see you next Sunday for my birthday. Hope you all stop by, maybe purchase a few things. And I know you guys can't sing me a happy birthday, but no better day than to spend your birthday with your friends and family, right? So, and senior discount. So, anyways, take care. God bless. I love you all. Have a wonderful weekend and be safe wherever you're going. If you're going on a trip or a vacation or anything, be safe. I pray that God follows you wherever you go. This is Pastor Bob, and I'm out of here. See ya.